Hi, my name is Klaus, and I just wanted to take 2 minutes of your time to talk about my new alternate picking training system. It's a program that I guarantee will allow you to make more alternate picking progress in the next 4 weeks than ever before. The reason why I can make such a statement is that I've experienced firsthand what makes people master the skill of alternate picking faster than anyone around them. And I also know what stops people from ever getting to that point of absolute mastery. Learning alternate picking can be a simple, enjoyable, and very predictable process if you know how to go about it. The problem is that most of us don't. In fact, I have never seen any other method out there than the basic 3-step process of number 1, here's the lick, number 2, here's how to play it, and number 3, now you go home and practice that a lot. This 3-step strategy won't work very well, as you probably know by now. The Ultimate Alternate Picking Training System contains 3 new but proven tools that you need in order to master alternate picking in months instead of years. First of all, you need to master one challenge at a time. It sounds pretty obvious, right? But the truth is, even the most basic alternate picking lick is not one challenge. In reality, it's 6 completely different challenges you need to master in the right order and sequence. And this is the first problem that most people run into. We step into the boxing ring and our opponent is this giant we call alternate picking. And what do? We charge at this giant. We kick and scream and we fight and we struggle with all that we've got. But do we win? No. And why not? Because the challenge is too big. There's no way we'll win. The only chance we have of winning is if we can go on longer than him. If we are persistent enough to wait several years, then we might just win in the end. But most people don't. Most people cop out after a few months because they realize that the challenge is way too big for them. But the problem is not that the challenge is too big. The problem is that the challenge we see is really 6 very different challenges, as I already mentioned. So, what happens if instead of fighting this huge giant, you fight 6 little guys, smaller and weaker than you? Now, how does that battle look? I'll tell you what happens. You'll have the first win after a couple of minutes. Then you'll take on the next one and be victorious once more. And on it goes until you win the final prize and people salute you and you're the hero and everything's wonderful. Maybe I get a little carried away, but the point is this. This is how it feels when you dissect what seems to be one challenge and attack each one of the smaller challenges one by one. But you know all this, of course. It's common sense. But the mistake we often make, though, is we don't really get how much more difficult we make it for ourselves when we're taking on too much at one time. Now, please follow me in this little example. A simple alternate picking lick is really 6 challenges in one, as I mentioned. Now let's say it takes you 1 month to totally master one of these challenges. Then if you take on 2 challenges at once, it will take you 2 months to master both of them, right? Wrong. It will take you 2 times 2, which equals 4 months to learn both of them if you try to learn them both at the same time. It's not twice as hard, it's 4 times as hard to take on 2 things at once. Then, okay, what if you take on 3 out of the 6 challenges at once? Then most people will think that that will take you about 3 months to learn. But the fact is, it takes you 3 times 3 months to learn them all at once, which gives you a total learning time of 9 months. If you take on all 6 challenges at once, you'll spend 6 times 6 months to learn them, which gives you a total learning time of 36 months, which is really 3 long years before you finally arrive in alternate picking heaven. And this is the journey we embark on. With this in mind, it's no wonder that most people give up before they achieve what they want. But there's another way. If you take each one of the challenges one by one, you'll make it home in 6 months. One by one. This is the difference between using this concept or not. In this program, I'm going to pick things apart for you and not only give it to you on a silver plate. I'm also going to show you a simple and super enjoyable way to master each challenge. And this is just one of the elements in the Ultimate Alternate Picking training system. I'll talk about the next element in another video. Thank you so much for listening.